Kennywood is a unique park just outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, combining classic attractions with modern-day thrillers. The park features a famed wood coaster collection, plus not one, but two hypercoasters. And there are some interesting dark rides, flat rides, and water rides rounding out this Parques Reunidos park. So in this video, I will rank the top 15 rides and attractions at Kennywood. Plus, I'll include a few bonus rides I've experienced over the years that no longer operate at the park. Number 15, Aero 360. This Zamperla inverting pendulum is themed to the iconic Kennywood arrows, and it looks great. The ride itself rotates rather slowly, so it doesn't offer much in terms of positive G's, but it does deliver plenty of hang time on each rotation. Up next would have been the Bayern Kurve. This Himalaya-style ride was a fan favorite until it was removed after 2020. This one was run pretty fast, and it offered nice sustained laterals throughout. I found the laterals a tad uncomfortable due to the riding position, but it was more thrilling than most modern Himalayas, and you also had the iconic horn towards the end. Number 14, the Turtle. This tumblebug is both historic and fun. It's not super tall or fast, but the lack of restraint allows you to be thrown around and slide about. It sort of feels like an RMC pre-lift. This also is a nice long cycle. Number 13, the Old Mill. Kennywood thankfully rethemed this classic boat ride from the abysmal Garfield's Nightmare. The ride feels like a child-friendly jaunt through some western scenes, but it managed to put a smile on my face. Number 12, Noah's Ark. This super unique funhouse doesn't have as many gags as newer funhouses, but it instead has better visuals. And the few effects it does contain are effective, especially because the rocking boat will mess with your balance. Up next would have been Log Jammer. This Aero log flume was removed for steel curtain, but it was pretty good. The final drop was fine, but the highlight was the spillway drop with a super unique uphill bit halfway through the ride. I had no clue that existed before my first ride. Number 11, Exterminator. This indoor Herschend spinning coaster has a neat theme. The queue line has a jump scare, and the first few turns have some visuals as you move through the sewers. The dark environment makes the spinning more disorienting. The cars seem to have a lot more friction than others from the same manufacturer, so they didn't spin as fast as other installations, but that theming more than compensates. Just watch out for the ride line, it can be nightmarish. Number 10, Swing Shot. This S&S Scream and Swing is a great pendulum ride. The cycle is short, but the ride has some nice floater airtime on the few max swings it provides. And you also have that sweet visual of either staring at the sky or the midway down below. Number 9, Raging Rapids. This Intamin Rapids ride is a scenic adventure. You have plenty of trees and rockwork to conceal what comes next. The course has plenty of turbulent rapids, including a handful of soakers. And then there's this evil set of geysers at a hold point that'll blast you sideways. You are coming off this ride very wet. Number 8, Kangaroo. I'm very thankful Kennywood is bringing this one-of-a-kind flat ride back for 2022. As you speed around in the circle and launch off the ramp, you repeatedly get quick pops of airtime, mixed with good laterals. I always come off this ride laughing. Number 7, Ghostwood Estate. This interactive shooting dark ride has wonderful sets. You have a chilling atmosphere and fully fleshed out rooms in a haunted house with tons of detail. You have lots of props and characters. The ride can stand alone without the guns, but being able to blast targets along the way only makes it better. Number 6, Racer. This racing wood coaster is pretty tame up front, but it has some sneaky airtime in the back car. You have a few small pops, but the third drop and the final drop both give really nice airtime. But what steals the show is the racing element. You can slap hands with the opposing train, and the proximity to the other train gets the competitive juices flowing. Number 5, Jackrabbit. This wood coaster is all about one moment. That double down is legendary. Since you have just a seatbelt and a single position lap bar way above your lap, you get insane airtime. It really feels like you're going to fall out. It feels more like a drop on a drop tower because the drain just falls out from beneath you. The rest of the ride doesn't really do much, but it is at least smooth, and I talk about more in a separate review. Number 4, Thunderbolt. This is the park's best wooden roller coaster. Also built on a ravine, Thunderbolt has an unconventional layout. You have a few drops out of the station before the main lift hill. The middle section has some of the strongest laterals of any coaster. There's barely any banking, and you'll be pinned to the side of the train. Then the finale has the ride's 2 largest drops, both of which have some solid airtime if you're in that back car. This coaster is a classic, and you will not find a ride like it anywhere else. Up next is where I suspect Black Widow would place. This Zamperla Giant Discovery has been closed in all of my visits, but assuming it has the similarly great cycle as the Six Flags versions with plenty of floater airtime, speed, and positive Gs, plus crazy views down the ravine, this would easily be my favorite flat ride in the park, and this is where I think I'd rank it. Number 3, Skyrocket. This Premier Rides launch coaster has a great start. You have a decent launch and a fantastic top hat with good ejector airtime no matter where you're sitting. You then get a forceful overbank that piles on the positive Gs. And then you have a wonderful 0G roll with some very forceful hang time. The second half carries over the action at the start with an ejector airtime plunge off the mid-course, plus hang time on the subsequent corkscrew. Then the ride dies. You have this pointless slalom section and a few very weak bunny hills at the end. The ride is smooth and the first 2/3 are strong enough to overcome this poor conclusion. Up next would have been Pitt Fall. This Intamin second generation drop tower was incredible. It was one of my favorite drop towers anywhere. Not only was this a massive drop tower on its own, standing 251 feet or 77 meters tall, but the side facing the ravine felt a good 100 plus feet taller. The views were astounding. The drop was suspenseful and powerful too. It gave a nice freefall sensation and some nice airtime as well. Number 2, Steel Curtain. This S&S creation has the most inversions of any coaster in the United States, and the inversions offer a nice mix of positive Gs and hang time, with the highlight being the incredible stall where you forcefully get pulled from your seat. But the ride is about so much more than just inversions. You have a handful of airtime hills, ranging from quick pops to great sustained moments, and the transitions give pretty good solid Gs as well. Even though I've heard this coaster ran slow for me, I've still enjoyed its diverse ride experience, and I talk about more in a separate review. And coming in number 1 is Phantom's Revenge. This hypercoaster is a true terrain coaster being built in the ravine, and it is a speed demon too. You rip through the layout. The first half has some incredible positive Gs on the first drop, the second drop's pullout, and the giant overbank. Then you also have some incredible airtime. The famous second drop down the ravine gives good airtime and a free falling sensation due to how long it is. Then the final hills offer some insane ejector airtime. You barely have time to return to your seat in between the bunny hills. Not only is that airtime super strong, but you have a shockingly loose lap bar, giving this coaster's scale and power. This coaster is my top 10, and I talk about more in a separate review. So those are the top 15 rides and attractions at Kennywood. What is your favorite ride at this Pennsylvania theme park? Let me know your thoughts on any of the rides I mentioned, or any you think I failed to mention down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.